Audio is so much more than it used to be, right? We used to just talk about terrestrial, and we've morphed into this new area with streaming and podcasting. So we've really looked at the audio budgets and how they've really grown in the marketplace to include in our digital plans more and more often streaming as a complement to connected television or complements to really anything that they're working on. So audio itself has grown tremendously in the last couple of years, and the part and the shining star on the side of that really is the podcasting side. During COVID, our marketplace changed so dramatically. There were so many celebrities that couldn't go in, right, into the offices or into the shoots, and they stayed home. They had already had these great studios set up, and so they started bringing podcasting, right, into the marketplace more and more. And so with that, when people were home, came this very personal experience of putting in your iPods, right, and going for walks, and you felt like you had this one-on-one connection with celebrities. So we've watched the podcasting side of it in particular grow more than ever before. But the streaming perspective of what we can see and its abilities through buying it either programmatically or directly has led that, and we watch streaming more and more into digital plans.
And what about performance and understanding the impact?
It's so much, it's exciting to me. We've got all the terrestrial side of things and some old school metrics on that, but now I can morph in with the streaming and bring in all the digital analytics on the side. So streaming itself, right, it's as easy as a pixel and the tagging and throw it into your digital marketplace evaluations. Podcasting has posed a little bit more of a challenge for us of really how to figure out how to look at it. Used to be about downloads, right? We all would download podcasts and then they'd be there, and then there was questions of, is it really there? Did anybody really listen to it? But we've really changed over now to more dynamically served podcasting. So as we started to put on more Spotify apps and Pandora apps and iHeart apps and Odyssey and all the rest, consumers now will go in, I'll listen to my, I admit it, favorite performer, Pink, with my kids. I'll listen to Pink, and when the song's over, I'll look for something else to listen to, and podcasts are now right there. Right? So particularly when Sirius just redesigned their experience in the apps, you can go right between the two. You can go on to SiriusXM, listen to streaming, or go right into a podcast. And so the podcasts then are no longer downloaded. They're just dynamically served to you as you're going around. With that, I can get that to be much more trackable. I pixel it, I can see how long they've stayed with it, and I can get much deeper into the engagement factors of where we were before.
Now let's talk about activations from your clients. So there's a possibility, as you referenced, to buy programmatically.
Yes.
But there's also custom activation. So give us a little overview, starting with the programmatic side of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I get so excited by this. Programmatically, if you want to go into something like podcasting, you can buy, simple ad insertion. That's the beauty of podcasting. You can go in and buy it just as you would a streamer or anything else. On the IO side of the business, in a direct business, I can go in now and start to work more with the hosts and the producers. So we have much more engaged conversations about how we can get more involved in the content. That's what COVID brought. They had more time. So they were more interested in, I really want to work with brands that I understand and I relate with. And so we're able to go into the hosts and the producers and lay out some brand ideas and give them more briefs and decide if we're the right place to really work together, just like you did with YouTube and the influencers, right? And so it's a much more engaging dialogue, and then they get so excited by the brands, they tend to talk about it on their podcasts and get much more involved.
So how does that work? I'm sure there's different flavors in terms of influencers creating these new podcasts. Is it direct endorsement of a product? Is it more around the topic? Give us sort of a range.
Depends on what product we're bringing on. It could be that they sampled the service. It could be they worked with the product. It could be something, that they've used in their past or something that they're interested in using. It really depends in the brief what they and how they want to interact with it. We need to, just like influencers, we need to be very open and let them really take the creative where they want to go. It's not about us being very specific. It's more about giving a few points of the brands and hoping that they'll see some sort of way in to bring it into their podcast, and then having a host read about it. So even if it's just a host read and they talk about their usage of it or how it really changed what they were doing, that's a huge win for us than just having an ad on a podcast.
And Jen, finally, we've talked a lot about identity and understanding and cookies, and of course, podcast streaming doesn't have cookies. But what identity tools are used, and how do you sort of understand the user and serve the ad to the right user, or how does that work in the podcasting streaming world?
Yeah, absolutely. It starts with brand safety, right? That's always the most important thing we do. So we vet all the podcasts, and what we've moved to is more of an inclusion list model. So we work with podcasts and bring them onto inclusion lists so that we have a safe environment for our clients to really be part of. And then we're working with vendors that are partners that are super exciting and new in the podcasting space. So some of them are scanning the podcast using a lot of AI and technology to understand what's actually there and giving us dashboards to say, okay, this content is brand safe for you. This is content, this is how they talked about your brand. So I don't have to listen to all of it. It's much more automatic than it was. It's giving us a verification tool, and it's giving us much more hope for the future of really being able to take the learnings from podcasting and start to bring it in measurement tools and combine it in more of a cross-channel measurement perspective. So I feel excited. I see that in the future where I can take my podcasting, combine it with connected TV, and hopefully even linear with the new tools from our worlds this year, non-panel based, to really understand how it affects the ROI and the marketing plans.